Start with the opening statement.
Well, good win, and it's been a tough couple days, not just for our players, but I think our entire program. And went back to work and really challenged our guys to, get up off the mat, so to speak, even though you don't feel right. But competition is everything, and I think we really competed the last couple of days in practice, and I think it showed tonight that, we were a harder playing team, we were a smarter team. And, the length that different guys were able to get in there and play was good to see. Because Tennessee Tech's been a pretty good team on film. They're going to have a good season. They got an older team, and they're very good off the dribble. But I thought our guys did a much better job on the ball tonight.
First question. Go ahead, Alex.
Speaking specifically about the defense tonight, what did you think overall was better than Monday night?
Ball pressure, working on the ball. Everything starts and stops with something, and in our program, it has to start with the ability to really defend the ball. And if you watch the two games, they'll be night and day. Our Fort Wayne performance on the ball was as soft as we've probably had since Indiana State, considering some of the teams that we have played and competed with. And that's where it's got to start and stop with our team. There's got to be a non-negotiable there when it comes to how you work on the ball on defense. And I thought we had much more burst, in terms of our workload. And I thought we were impacting the ball a lot more. And, that helps. You don't give up as many threes when they're not as comfortable. They can't pass it on time. The ball's not getting to the paint, so you're not condensing. You're not, sort of caving into the defense. So, guarding the ball, worked hard on the ball for the most part all night, and I thought we made them take some tough twos. Not very many good threes, I thought.
Sorry.
It's one game, but, do you learn anything from how your team responded from Monday from the last couple of days in practice?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to be a raving lunatic every day, regardless of whether you win by 30 or you lose by 30. It's got to be the same. There's an approach here that is easy to come off of a high and make you feel good, and a lack of responsibility to understand how every game is important. And, probably going to have a lot of headaches over the next couple months.
Zach.
I guess to that end, how much do you need to lean on guys like, I know people look at the 20 points from Josh tonight, but seniors, I guess, and
without question. Your best players at the end of the day have to be your oldest players. Not that they're not going to, what I mean by best players, the guys that get it done in the tough moments, the guys that are requiring the other guys on the team to follow their lead. There's got to be much more of sort of like an alpha dog approach to the upperclassmen. They just can't let that happen on Monday, and it's almost perplexing. I wasn't, a part of the first game against Fort Wayne, but it's almost perplexing that the approach wouldn't have been different from the upperclassmen. And I think those guys getting driven harder. Josh Newkirk, he had a hard couple practices, and forcing him to compete, forcing him to get out of his, so to speak, foul trouble, and just not being able to, to lead us out there more. And I thought he was very good tonight. And when we have decent guard play, we're a lot better.
I think Zach almost matched his shots attempted on the season in tonight's game. Are you guys just kind of pushing him to take the open shot when it's there, just kind of remind him that he's...
I think part of it may have been their style. I think they chose not to guard him, so he found himself open, and he didn't hesitate. And I think in the second half, the shots that he got were really good ones, and I was happy to see him make a couple, because that's a big thing for him, is being able to create a little offense, out there. And but Zach's done a nice job. He's been a really nice bright spot for us in the month of December.
Archie, you got a lot more from Explain tonight. You've been struggling a little bit. What was the impetus for that? I guess just part of that competitiveness in this couple of days?
Yeah, without question. And, everybody wants opportunity. There isn't a guy on our team that doesn't want to play more. Freddie's no different. But there's productivity, and there's getting the job done every day, and attitude is everything. And I think Freddie, the last few days in practice, did a nice job. And I thought in the game tonight he got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but he kept with it. And then when Duran went out with his first half injury, he was required to play more. And I think, when Freddie plays per minute, he's probably one of the best rebounders in the country. And I think he showed that tonight. So I was happy for him to get in there and bang around.
I guess just looking forward, what do you want to use? What's kind of the schedule, I guess, for this sort of week off, and what do you want to use?
Yeah, Christmas break. Our guys deserve a little bit of a break here. And we'll be back on the 26th ready to practice. And, those practices on the 26th all the way leading into Youngstown State will be very similar to the practices we had this week. We have to go to work. We got to keep pushing through. And then, after you get through Youngstown State, at that point, you have another window before you start Big Ten play. And then from that point on, you're not going to have a lot of practice time due to how the Big Ten schedule is. So this is an important time period to recover, important time period when we get back, how we have to practice leading into Big Ten play. And, I think once we get into Big Ten play, that's when it's going to be really unique to see how we, can handle the quick turnarounds, how we can handle the ups and downs, and continue to kind of focus in on just getting better every day at what we're trying to do.
Jeff?
What were some of the things you did over the last couple of days to really get their attention, take the competitive level up?
I mean, challenge them. Guys need to be challenged, everyone, from Rob Johnson to Colin Hart. Every single guy needed a challenge this week. And, it's not easy to be negative, but at the same time, reality is it's unacceptable. It's just unacceptable what happened on Monday. And the drive in practice these next couple of days and for the rest of, hopefully our time here, there's an understanding that when you practice, it's competitive. Guys have to go against one another. You have to win your minutes. You have to earn it. And, got back to the basics a little bit, tried to improve on some of our mistakes. And again, like I said, there's got to be a staple in some things we hold dear to our heart. And, in terms of defensively, I thought we got a little bit better.
Jerry?
Justin Smith got some minutes late. Hasn't had a lot of minutes lately. Is that?
He's got to get. Yeah, that's more. He's all these guys are caught in sort of ups and downs during the season. Whether there's injuries or foul trouble, everyone has to be ready. And Justin got an opportunity here tonight, and hopefully he has a chance to get in there more, with what we're doing. And I think, like I said, playing time's earned, and if you're not getting the job done in the game, you shouldn't be in. Somebody else has got to get in. And that was the problem the other night. The other night is we kept taking guys out. The problem was the guys going in weren't any better. And I thought tonight that was a lot different.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.